Hey, what's going on? This is your girl Lucinda Cross, page 85 of Essence. Woo! Yes, www.lucindacross.com. And so I want to just thank everybody for staying connected with the whole Activate movement. But two, I want us to be clear in terms of our focus and our vision for 2015. So I'll be putting out videos like every other day, just sharing tips in terms of getting crystal clear on your vision and your focus for 2015. Because I do believe people begin to lose sight, right? They lose sight. And I'm going to put these big glasses on, right? They lose sight of what's important because sometimes they're looking at one individual and the level of success that that one individual is receiving instead of understanding their own process, understanding your own process. So one person may be producing apples and they may be producing the crap out of them apples like no tomorrow, right? Every time you turn around, their apples is, they have it going on, right? But you may be, your garden may be oranges. But once we have to stop looking at other people's gardens, looking at other people's crops and measuring it up to our own success and our own gardens. So I may be producing apples, you may be producing oranges. My folks may be allergic to oranges, your folks may be allergic to apples, but we have to be clear on where we stand and focused on the whole picture and the vision, because you can miss the mark doing a monkey see, monkey do garden when that's not where you should be and that's not where your calling is. Because what'll happen is you'll end up on this wheel like a hamster, just running, going nowhere, super fast, because you're following someone else's process or path to success, when your path to success is sitting at your garden, providing the fertilizer, sitting at your garden, talking to your crops, seeing what's needed for your crops, how you can continue to build a habitat for your crops and your garden to grow stronger, right? And to give and feed more people. But if you're focused on what someone else is doing, you can easily go out of celebration mode to silent and secret hating mode. And that is when you start to compare where you're at and what you're doing with where they're at and what they're doing. There's no way that you can begin to mock somebody's success and be them. There's only one Iyanla Vanzant. There's only one Oprah Winfrey. There's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one LeBron James. There's only one Beyonce. There's only one TD Jakes. And so who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? And why do you do it? Who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? And why do you do it? And this has everything to do with life and lifestyle. Very small to do with business, everything to do with lifestyle. Because it matters and measures how you show up in the world and in life. Because you may be so busy looking at somebody else's crops, over the gate, looking at their crops, when you're missing the fact that your garden is growing. And the people that are coming to your garden are hungry, but they can't eat because you're over here trying to figure out how to grow oranges or apples when you're supposed to be growing grapes and bananas. So many people may even say, you know what, hey, I'm going to reach out to the relationship and lifestyle editor that featured Lucinda because I want to be featured in there too. But that may not be your place. And you may put yourself in a position, a monkey see, monkey do position where that's not you. There's millions of magazines, there's millions of radio shows, there's millions of TV shows, there's millions of reality shows, we have states, content, you can go, the media is large. But if we're looking with these eyes, we're just looking at one individual and trying to duplicate that process because we see it works for them. Then we see somebody else and duplicate their process because we see that works for them. Then we see this, and then you never really answer your calling. You never really sit there to see that your crop is growing and it's rotten because people have been coming and waiting and stopping by to see what you're doing, and you have not been packaging and you have not been bundling what you've been growing and hoping and praying for all these years. See, things like page 85 in Essence, it seemed like it came in like 2 weeks. Right, I had maybe a 15-minute conversation with the editor. Shout out to Sheraya Jackson. 15-minute conversation with her, which stemmed into a relationship, which stemmed into a sisterhood, which stemmed into them showing up at my house and doing a full photo shoot, right? for my story. It went from being part of a vision board to hearing the story. Why? Because of years of me focused on who I am, my beliefs and my values, and being very careful on how I show up in the world. So it had very little to do with the right pitch. It had very little to do with, you know what, let me show up at this event so I can get connected to this editor. It had very little to do with that. It had a lot to do with me building and boosting up my brand, what I believe in, staying strong and rooted in and sure-footed in what I stand for, in my business and my life, in my relationship. It's had a lot to do with that. And being bold enough to sometimes even walk into that building for one thing, but God had something else planned for me when I was walking out. I was going in there for one thing and walked out with something else. But that's how that happens when you are in your garden and God is watching you. He's watching how you care for your fruit. He's watching how you bear fruit. He's watching how you look at your soil. He's watching how you fertilize. He's watching how you just sit there and till the soil. He's watching how you pray for water. He's watching how you pray for sunlight. He's watching how you speak light into your crops. He's watching. And he's also watching when he sends the people to you, how you treat them. Are you prepared, or are you looking at a different opportunity that's not being presented at that time? You may not be ready. You may not be ready. You may not have done the work. These people do extensive research on you. If I was not who I said I was, doing the things that I said I do, I would not be on page 85. That's guaranteed. They pay people lots of money to do research. And it's more than just having great tweets and posts and comments and likes. Very little to do with that. I don't have a large social media fan base. That's not why I'm there. I'm not there because we had such a phenomenal conference September 20th. I'm there because I watch my garden. I'm there because I put on the bigger vision of where I see the fruit that I bear. And I'm there because when the people walk past my crops, I have my stuff bundled and packaged and ready to go. Ready to go. So we have to be crystal clear on how we are in our own secret gardens so that you don't become a silent hater and you become a cheerleading congratulator because you're like, listen, how can I help you get some more of what you need to grow some more of what you already have, right? Because I'm sitting here watching my crops. I sit here every day like this. The crops are growing. What else do I need to do? Have you exhausted your resources? Have you made enough phone calls? Have you said enough prayers? Do you truly believe what you say you believe? See, belief will never lie. When people say they believe, you will see what they truly believe in their own life. You will see someone's belief before them. And that's important. You will see someone's faith. You will see who has little faith and who has much. And it has nothing to do with success and who's on this TV show and that. That has nothing to do with it. It's all in here. It's all in how you respond. It's all in how you message. It's all in what comes out of your mouth, right? What's in your heart, what comes out of your mouth. It's all in your actions. So I sat there one day, sitting there humble. I wasn't the main speaker. I wasn't getting paid. I had to pay my own way to get there. I was humble. I was ready. I was focused. Opportunity presented itself. It's nothing I needed to do. It was out of my hands. I couldn't say no if I wanted to. I didn't even have to think about it because my belief and my faith and my values and my garden spoke for me. I didn't even have to open my mouth. And that's where we need to get to in this next season. Understanding the seasons that you're in. Have you learned enough? Have you perfected your craft? I sat with my mentor for years doing nothing but making sure that this man's table was set up, his appointments were made, making sure that he received his money, making sure that he had water when he was speaking. Yes, paying my own way to follow him around because I wanted to be a sponge, and that multimillionaire did not owe me anything. But I was just blessed to learn, and I wasn't with him because I wanted to know how did he get on Oprah and how can I get his producer contact information. I was with him because I wanted to know how can I grow my own crops. How can I grow my crops? You grow great apples. How can I grow great oranges? Once I found out the kind of crops that I had, once I found out the seeds that I was possessed with, that's when I said, you know what? This is my job. This is my job to grow my own garden. And I can't wait to show him that he showed me how to watch your garden, how to meditate on your garden, how to pray with on your garden, how to check it out, how to give people the fruit from your garden, how to hold it back, what fruit is good, what's not good, what you need to learn. Constantly learning. Constantly learning. See, a lot of us just want that success with no learning. Oh, well, I know this. You know nothing sometimes. Sometimes you just need to know the art of belief. You need to know the art of having faith and not comparing one sister to the next, one brother to the next, yourself to someone else's success. That has nothing to do with you. I can't compare my success to Iyanla Vanzant. I didn't go through the divorce she went through. I didn't go through the ridicule she had to go through. I didn't go through losing my daughter. I didn't go through the depression. I didn't go through trying to fit into someone else's shoes and then being I didn't go through that. So she got what she's got because of the seeds that she's sown. So I can't imagine. I look at that and I say, man, this charged me up. Let me sow my seeds and do what I can with my story, my message, my beliefs, my values, my God, and see where this will take me. Come on now. When you say take me to the king, what you have? What do you have? And if you don't have anything, that's beautiful, because now you're able and open to receive. You're not a Miss Know-It-All. You're not trying to be Miss Perfect. But don't self-sabotage your success and your growth of your crops in your garden because you're over the fence looking at somebody else's. You want to congratulate them from an honest point of view. You don't want to compare your crops or your season. Somewhere right now, it is snowing crazy. I'm here in New York, it's not snowing. Someplace right now, people are going swimming in the water. Some people right now, there's a war going on outside in the desert. So it's different seasons for different people. Do what you can with what you have where you're at. God does not favor one man over the next. But I want you to celebrate and be grateful and not disrespectful to all of the gifts that God has given us and all of the access and the resources God has given us. Because you're still focused on, oh, I got to get this one contact so I could do this, or let me get in to do that. You got to come from a place of sincerity. You got to come from a place that you're not I wasn't trying to tap into my mentors and my coaches' database. They're working with millionaires. One access, man, but maybe I wasn't prepared. Maybe I didn't have what it takes at that. Maybe that just wasn't for me. Maybe monkey see, monkey do is not for me. So answer your own calling, my love. And until next time, stay activated, stay ready. You hear me? Stay ready. Last point, when Essence came and they said they was doing a photo shoot, your girl was able to go in her closet and pull out something fresh and new. I was obedient when God said, buy that. I had no clue. 2 weeks later, they in the house, flooding the place out. So if you don't have your copy, go get your copy of January Essence with Kiki Palmer. You know she was the opening speaker at the Activate conference. Go get your copy. And until next video, keep it real, keep it authentic, but go watch your garden. Go watch your garden. Bye.